Hello, good morning, mommy, and everybody. Today I'm going to start on the training of part 3, which will form another session regarding how the LibCAST works. Now, let us start with by clicking on our browser, and then we now try to insert the URL of the LibCAST. I'm going to press enter. Remember that this application is running on the website. I'm going to conduct another training on how to deploy it on an intranet. Okay, so the username I'm going to enter here now is admin, and the password I'm also going to enter here is admin, and I will click login. So, having successfully logged in, the next thing I am going to do now is to go to the module where we put competency skills here and click on it. Okay, having successfully clicked it loads, and what you can see here, you can see number 1, number 2, number 3 up to number 4, and it continue up to number 10, and if you click on page 2 here, it continue up to number 11. Okay, these are different types of module. Each module contain each module has a description of what it does, and it contains the various questions and options on regarding the module. Each module is to test a particular level of competency of a librarian or the participant, or whoever is going to partake in the testing. So now, before we talk of editing or trying to see what are contained in each of the one that I've created, let us create a new module here. Let us assume that we want to test the staff on computer skill. So I'm going to type computer skills, and here I'm going to describe this computer skill, at least in a way that will make me understand, or that will make the person, the HOD or the person conducting the test, understand what this computer skill is all about. So we can now say this module tests participants on their level of computer familiarity and usage in the library. So the next thing I need to do is to click on submit, and it has been submitted. But how do I know that it has been submitted? Up here to the right corner here, I can type computer skill. As I'm about to finish typing it, you see that computer skill and the description I've given to it just appear. Okay, having created a module now, we need to start associating questions, or start appending questions to this module, so that we can now set the test for the participant. So the next thing we need to do is to go to questions or test. I click. Having clicked on question or test, this is what appears here. And even though I'm going to rearrange some of the modules, but some of these functionalities, you can see that new questions appear here. So the next thing I'm going to do is to click on a new question, because I want to create question for the module. As you can see here, these are various type of questions under each module. For example, knowledge skills module, there are many questions under it. So here is where you can select the course, and you see that this is the computer skills module I have just created. If I click on it now, you find out that there is no question under it. No question, no course name, so no answer. So now the next thing I need to do is to go and click on new question. Okay, so having clicked on new question, I need to come here and click on computer skill. Select computer skill. That's what you need to do to create a question. For example, I can ask a question like are you aware of the importance of computers? This might be a silly question, like I require yes and no. So what I need to do is to click on save. Immediately I click on save, another section to my right here appears. And now I'm going to provide answers here. Maybe I can say yes, that is the first option. I'll click go, it comes. You can see. Now the next question is no. The next answer can be no. Or maybe another in between answer, maybe I don't know. Or maybe we just leave it as two options, yes or no. It's either you know about it or you don't know about it. Now, as a person setting question for this, you need to create a marking scheme for this. And what would you do? If to you the answer is yes, for example, now you click on yes. Okay, having selected yes, you need to come down to the left corner here and add what kind of mark you want to allocate to anybody that answers yes. And then the other, when the person chooses or choose no, which is going to be the wrong answer, for example, then automatically the person will score 0. So where you can see this number now, you just delete it or you put 1. Okay, so I can put 1. I can say anybody answer correctly will get 5, or anybody answer correctly will get 3, depending or 10, depending on what kind of score you want to assign to this, to the answer, to the right answer that the person select. So let's assume in this case I'm going to select 1, for example. So the person will score 1 mark if he select yes, and he will score 0 if he select no. So having entered the score I want it given, I will now come and click on save. Now I've created one question. You can see question successfully saved. You can see. So I've created one question for this. One question for this computer skill. So I'll close. I need to go and select the computer skill again and ask another question. I can answer okay. What is, for example, what is your level of knowledge, for example, about computer. So if this question might require multiple options. So I'll now click on save. Let me save it first. That's the rule. So I'll now say okay, the level I can now say maybe very high, very high. The next option is maybe high. The next option may be low, and another option may be very low. Okay, now I need to assign a score, a mark for this. So maybe the answer what I require, maybe the answer what I require from the person is very high. So if you select any of these, you are going to get 0. If you select any of these, you are going to get 0. So now maybe if you select this very high, I'm going to give you 5 marks, or let's say 4 marks. I'm going to click on save, and then I'll close. So let's limit ourselves to these 2 questions. And now the next thing that I need to do, having created questions and their options, I need to click on question or test again, and I will now go to the question paper. Here is the question paper. I'm going to click on it, and then having clicked on it, I'm going to click on add question. So I'll come here and select the module which I have just set, and the number of questions I've set is 2. How many minutes I want to allocate to it, to that question? Maybe I want to allocate like 3 marks, 3 minutes. The minute here is calculated, the time here is calculated in minutes. So I will now click on save. Okay, so sorry, there's a mistake here. I didn't fulfill all the requirements. So let me click this first. The questions are 2. I have allocated 4, and here I need to type answer. For example, I can type anything I like, answer all questions. So that is what I did not type. That's why it shows me question type instructions. So I didn't give the instruction here. So I'll now click on save. Okay, now having clicked on save, the next thing I need to do is to come to the right here and select the options that are available. So I'll click on this first arrow to select all of them, and I'll click check here to submit. So having done that, I need to first of all save again. So now saving means that it has already automatically retained the selection that I did. So I'll click on select this and click on submit. Okay, so I've done that. Now the next thing I need to do is to set the question for students. Now I'll click on question here. I'll go to question papers. So you see I can now scroll down and select the scale, and you see it will appear. This is the question paper, this is the time allowed, this is the number of questions set, nobody have attended it yet, and so I can click on this last point here to start the exam, to start the test. And that is what I'm going to be doing. So I now click. The moment you click on that, you find out that, let's assume I check. You see that it has turned to box, meaning that the exam or the test has been started. I can also click on it to stop the test. So now that is all you need to do to set questions. But I'll come back again for another module to tell you how to edit modules, how to edit questions. That will be the training part 4, but this is training part 3. So I'm going to thank you for listening now and stop the training to prepare for the next part of the training. So I'm going to log out. So thank you very much for the listening.